to continue to celebrate during this Easter season with you. Parents, this particular episode is a little bit more for you, but kids, feel free to listen along. I just want to talk about how there are sometimes things that you might hear out in the world that might make you think that the ideas that we have as Christians about the Bible, and especially about Easter and the resurrection of Jesus, might not be true. So there are theories out there, and some people might ask questions like, well, how do you know it was really Jesus? Or how do you know his body wasn't stolen out of the tomb? And how do you know that the disciples really saw him? Wouldn't they just have been hallucinating or having some kind of flashback or seizure? Well, we know from reading the Bible that that's not true. God asks us to have an answer for our faith and to be able to respond to all the questions people might have of us with a good, solid answer. Answers that we can find in Scripture. But sometimes I look not just to Scripture, but to really smart people who study Scripture for my answers too. So I listened to an awesome webinar recently where Elizabeth Urbanowitz, who started an organization that helps train people in understanding biblical worldview and apologetics, where she responded specifically to this question about the resurrection and all the other theories that are out there. So I'm going to attach a link in the comments during this video, and I'm also going to include it in an email. But parents, I just really hope that this season you will dig in. Ask yourself all the questions you think people might ask you, or all the ways that the world around you might question the things that you hold dear about your faith. Start digging in, start finding your answers, so that when your kids ask those questions, you can encourage them and not be afraid of those questions, but that you can respond with the truth, and that you will have an answer for your faith. So watch the webinar. It's about 30 minutes and then a question and answer time at the end, and you're going to find out some great information, some great responses to have when people ask you questions about the resurrection. I'm also going to include a few links in there that might help you have just a little fun during this Easter season. So we love you, HF kids. We love you, HF parents, and we want to equip you to be the spiritual leaders of your family. We want you to be the ones who share the truth and the good news with your children and help your children to have an answer for their faith. So thanks for joining.